talk to you about the YouTube API, especially about the new version we're just about to release. It is getting out next week, most probably, perhaps with some delay if we think we should polish it up a bit more. But it's ready and it's an awesome API. So during this talk, I'm just going to first start by summarizing a bit of the interesting statistics about YouTube and how fast and big it's growing. Then I'm going to get into the API, the YouTube API in general, cover all the APIs that we offer, and give some overview of the community landscape, like which cool apps are around, which companies are integrating with us. And after that, I'm going to deep dive into the newest features of the new API and some characteristics. And then give you some resources and pointers on to find more information. Okay, so let us start with the statistics stats about YouTube. So, do you have any idea, anybody has any idea how many unique users YouTube has every month?
500 million. 500 million.
Close, it's 800 million. So it's really huge. It's, how many hours are viewed per month on YouTube? This is the most impressive in my opinion. So
That's already like
this is 4 billion hours are viewed every month on YouTube. Like, it's incredible.
How much cats can you record?
Yeah, this is this one. So basically, how many minutes of video get uploaded every minute?
I think you surpassed 1 day per minute, per second probably.
No, not yet. So we're about 72 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
3 days.
Yeah, it's 3 days. Yeah. So it's 72 hours per minute of uploads. Yeah. And number of mobile views per day is interesting for the API community. So it's at the beginning YouTube was big on the website and on other websites, but mobile was relatively small. Now mobile is growing like crazy, and the current number is 1 billion videos are viewed on mobile every day.
Wow.
And actually it's tripled year per year.
Triple.
Yeah, so it's it's an explosion of mobile consumption of YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. So let me just get into the life of the video, the main stages. The video goes on our platform. So first you need to create and upload it. Then you need to share it to make people aware that it's there. You need to make sure that it's discoverable. Then people need to watch it, and then you can analyze the success of how many people watched, in which countries, and stuff like this. So we've got APIs that allow to cover all these stages, and there are also implications actually doing that. So I'm just going to summarize a few that are interesting. There are thousands. So this one is a mobile game. It's called Talking Tom. Basically, it's a mobile game where you can tap on the screen and interact with Tom, or you can talk something into the microphone and he would repeat that in a funny voice. Actually, you can have let's see. So that is basically kids are getting crazy with this game. So other interesting games are, for instance, the FIFA, where you can play your game and then record your actions and points of view, and then publish it to YouTube from the game directly. So I have a video for that as well, but let's skip it. Another one which is really cool is called Hero. I don't know if anybody heard about that. It's basically an app that teaches like amateurs to code. So like kids or people who don't have any exposure. So it guides them through, like gamifying it through all the stages, like from the very start, hello world, and that makes that in a kind of a virtual world, right? And then you can find like a YouTube cube. If you click on it, then basically you record your journey and you can publish it to YouTube and show other people, how good you are at coding. This is another one which is also in creation and upload space. This was WeVideo. It is a collaborative in the cloud editing platform for videos. It's really cool and enables obviously to publish to YouTube right away. This is one of my favorite actually. It's the Air drone. I've just seen one example here. It is an awesome device that you can fly with your iPad or your iPhone, and it really flies quite far away from you, and it stabilizes perfectly. So the videos that you take are really good, and it can flip, it can do all kind of crazy things. Perhaps this one is worth watching. And there are tons and tons, like really hours and hours of videos that users have uploaded from the drones. And some of them are really incredible. Flying the drones in most incredible places and recording. This is the But this is just the general thing that is happening today is, video is more and more becoming a way of showing things and sharing experiences. So some other type of applications, we have the like the Dreams, 955 Dreams Band of the Day app. It's an iPad app that enables you to, every day this app presents you a new cool band, like mostly unknown, and then you can see all the videos that they have on YouTube and things like this. It's really, really good. Squirrel is also another app that allows you to discover new videos in a different way that YouTube offers. So basically they do what we call curation and discovery. So curation is basically handpick videos about a topic or about something and collect them together and then present them to the user so the user can watch them from their app instead of going to YouTube. So, another one is Flipboard. So it's one of the biggest latest integration that we did. So Flipboard is just a great news consumption application that tailors the news to you and to your social connections and social media that you use. And now we have YouTube as well on Flipboard, so you can see all the videos that have been shared on your Twitter account or your Facebook in the usual Flipboard super cool user interface. So all these apps, in order to integrate with YouTube and upload and search videos on YouTube and use our API. So we have a set of different APIs for different purposes. So the first one is the data API that allows to search for videos, modify the metadata of the videos, everything basically about the metadata of the videos. And then we have the analytics API that we just launched recently, actually last month, that enables users, like creators, to get all their data about the views and everything over a RESTful API. Then we have the front-end APIs, which enable people to play YouTube videos inside their app without leaving the site, without leaving the application. And we have also something that we launched this year as well, the embeddable upload widget that enables you to do the same for uploading. So it enables your users to upload videos to YouTube without leaving your website. So what is coming for the data API, we're going to launch the content partner API soon, which enables creators again to manage their business data, monetization data, and things like this. And more interesting for you guys is the YouTube Android player API. So the ability to embed YouTube players inside your Android apps. Until now, you were forced to leave your app and leave control to the YouTube app, or to go to the web, right? To use a web view. But now we offer this new thing, and I think we're going to enable a lot of really cool applications. So the documentation is all collected in the same place, and you have like all the APIs here. The YouTube API, if you click on this, will expand and give you all the data APIs that we have. The same for the other ones, and some of those APIs will be experimental, meaning that they are not, you might expect that we change the interface or that there might be bugs. Some other are fixed and we commit to maintain the interface for a year. Okay, now I'd like to jump into V3. And we will live with, so our YouTube API is relatively old, it's 6 years old. We lived with version 1 and version 2 for a very long time. And since we have this deprecation policy that we cannot change the interface, so that somehow blocked us from doing a lot of changes to the interface that we wanted to do. So what we're doing now, we're launching a new version of the API. It's completely revamped, and we are launching it first in an experimental mode, but to everybody, so that you guys can use it and try it out and give us feedback. And it has a lot of new features. One of the features that I like the most is what we call the topics API. So basically we allow to make the connection between entities, like semantic entities, and YouTube videos. So that you can say, give me all the videos about Sacramento, but actually the city, not the basketball club, or the other way around. So you can limit your search to a semantic entity, now knowledge graphs. Right? The other thing, it goes also the other way around, so you can start from a video that you discover in a way, and then list what semantic entities our algorithms have found for this video, right? And we think this is going to enable a complete new generation of curation applications that we didn't have until now. So we want to give it out to the community and see what the community can do with it. So how it works, basically the new version of the YouTube API is based on the Google infrastructure for APIs. The new one. So basically it works together with all other Google APIs. In particular the Freebase API. So what we did is the hook into YouTube API to be able to accept and serve back the Freebase IDs. So you can get the Freebase ID from the Freebase API, and then you can hook it into the YouTube API and see the videos with that, for instance. So here's a small example of how that works. So if I make a request to get the Freebase ID for Sacramento, I'm going to get a set of results. Some of those results will be about the basketball club, some of the cities, some about high school, and many others, right? Then when I identify the one entity that I want, I'm going to get the ID for that entity. And the next thing that I can do, I can hook this entity into the YouTube search. So we have the new topic ID search parameter. And basically, this will then bring back the videos so a list of videos that are somehow related to this semantic entity. The other way around works like if you have a YouTube video, then you can ask for the topic details. This is the new design of the API that I'm going to get into a bit later about partial sources. but you can specify that you want the topic details about the API. You're going to get the topic details. Like this video, for instance, is only one that we identify, but it can have more. Like if the video talks about different things, then you're going to identify that it is perhaps about a city in Sacramento and about Lady Gaga because she had a concert there or whatever she's singing there in this video.
So are those topic IDs which are associated with the video, are those automatically retrieved from the video detail information, or can you actually, when you upload a video, define the topics?
No, you cannot. This is tags.
So but does it relate to what categories you define for your videos in some way?
It relates certainly, right? The algorithm is it's complex and changing. It somehow relates, but it's not bound to it. So it's actually something that this is actually a good point. So we just recently removed the tags from YouTube API, from the watch page as well, because it was used by spammers a lot to pump up their video in search. So they would basically copy the tags, even if not related, from videos that were successful in order to just pop up in search, right? So we basically left the tags for uploaders, for creators, to specify what is their video about, but we are not surfacing those tags anymore to the rest of it, right? And this is some kind of replacement, a read-only replacement, right? So you can read it, but it has in it much more than just uploader tags. We analyze really the metadata, the cross correlation. We analyze a lot of things to identify those. It is really, it is really.
And how the metadata data is added to the videos and how
I'm sorry.
how the metadata is added to the videos.
Which metadata? The uploader tags. So when you upload a video, you as an uploader can say this video is about soccer and it's about Ronaldo. And that this is something that you say as part of the metadata. You upload it, you store it as part of your metadata of the video, right?
Okay.
But this one is not stored with the video. This is we analyze the video together with other signals, and then we identify those entities that are related to the video.
So it's fully automatic.
Exactly. This is not related to the metadata. I mean, it is related, but it's not part of the metadata of the video. It's,
So I cannot modify it as an
you cannot modify this. This is exactly the point, right?
Okay.
You can read it and you can see, right? But you cannot modify. As an uploader, you can modify the tags, which are your private
Of course.
uploader tags, right? That are used in part to do that. But, so if you have this, right? You have the YouTube video, then what you can do, you can then ask using Freebase ID, what is this topic about, right? And then you can see in Freebase ID the description of the topic and everything else that you have in Freebase. So it's basically kind of a Wikipedia, right? You have a whole description of the entity. Okay, so actually we have a cool demo for this that we just did to showcase the API and actually to test it initially, right? So it is an app that was done by just recently last week by one of our DevRel guys. So basically when you start in it, he starts by suggesting you some topics that you might be interested in because you watch some videos about it or whatever, right? And then you can however search something else and search animal fish. This will search inside Freebase and give entities that we get from fish. So we have fish animal, fish farming, fish. This is probably some person called fish. So this UI just shows the title, but in the description you have everything about the entity. So let's go with fish and chips. and here you get all the videos that are related to fish and chips, and actually they are really related to fish and chips, much more than you would ever get by only searching for text, right? And I'm really excited about this. It's really working well. And this application is open source since last week, so you can check out how it works, figure out how to do the authentication with the new API. It actually works the same way as all the other new Google APIs. It is also a good thing that it's shared.
Yeah, so even though it says G-Data, it's actually the new APIs because G-Data are actually the
Yeah, this is just a repository for, we haven't done the new one, we're just using the old infrastructure, but you're right. It is not G-Data, it's API. So next bit, I just want to quickly deep dive a bit into the new design of the API. So it is based on partial resources. We did this in order to allow you to ask only for what you want instead of getting the full metadata for your request. For instance, in the previous API in V2, for a video you would get everything about the video when you would ask for it, and that's like a huge, atom resource with a lot of information most probably you don't care about. So with the new API you can actually specify what you want, and this makes your parser much simpler. It makes also like seeing, like when testing the API request and the response, it makes it much easier to identify exactly what the response is. It reduces the bandwidth you need for the application, so it's really a lot more elegant. So actually the API requires you to specify which resources you want, which parts. For example, for the video resource we have the following one, so the snippet. I'm going to get to the snippet now. The content details give you much more information like everything else about the video. The player that you need to, the URL to play it, the statistics about the app, and so on. And one of the parts is the topic details, which is also interesting, we just seen before, right? So the snippet, actually first how you can explore it. So we have the documentation, we have, so for every resource, we have the operations that you can do on it. And then if you click on try it now, what happens is that we enable you to try it on the spot there, so you basically need to fill out the fields that are necessary for the request, right? And then you can execute the request, and we will show you the request that you actually made and the response. So this makes it really easy to explore the API and see what you can get and for what kind of request, and before start coding your app. And yeah, so perhaps we can. So this is one, for instance, inside the documentation. This is the video, the list operations that you can do. The full documentation is here, and then you can specify what you want. I can add, for example. Statistics here. So this is the request that they actually made here. And the response that I get for this request. So I asked for two resource parts of the resource. I asked for the snippet, and I asked for statistics, and this is what I got. I didn't get anything else. So the snippet, it's what we intend to be basically a summary of the resource that you ask for. So for a video, it gives you, the idea is that the snippet will give you the information necessary to display this entity, and then if the user clicks on it, wants to know more, then you can ask for more, right? But it enables you to do the basic representation of the entity. For instance, for a video, there's the thumbnail, the title, description, and a couple of other informations. For search, it gives you the list of video snippets basically, so that you can represent the search result as a list without being forced to make other requests. Then you can do other requests if you want. Actually, another very cool thing that I don't have in the presentation is that we allow a very, very simple batching. Basically, you can make a request and then specify the list of IDs that you want this request to be applied on, and then you will get a list of responses for each one of the IDs. For instance, if I want to get like full content of the video information about a set of video IDs, I can just list them all, and then I will get something similar to what I used to get before.
Yeah, so because most of the new APIs have the quota assigned, so if you define like 5 videos, would this quota be counted as 1 request or 5 requests actually?
It's a good question. I think it counts as 1.
Okay, that's good. Others you have to really make 1 call and then counts as one.
Right.
Right.
So
makes up quickly.
Right, exactly. We did this in order, for the UIs to be able to prefetch data quickly if they need to. Right. Another cool thing about the new API, another new feature, is the universal search. So in the previous search, you could only search among the playlists or among the channels or among the videos. With the new API, you have the universal search that you can search for something, including topics and textual search, and then we will get you a list of entities mixed together. So that it could be that a playlist is more strongly related to your search query than a single video, so it would be first in the place, first in the results, but it could be the other way around. So basically, we give you the most relevant results across all YouTube entities, including playlists, channels, videos. But you can also restrict to, if you want on videos, you can also do that. So it gives you much more flexibility and better results. So another really cool thing about the new API, as opposed to the old one, is the native libraries. So the new native libraries are always up to date. In the previous YouTube API, we had this issue with the GDG API that so that we had an issue that the native libraries were not always up to date, especially for some languages, because we needed to manually handcraft them. And now this is completely automated, so you always have the latest. Every time we push some changes to the interface, it's reflected in the native libraries. And the actually really cool part is that you can now reuse. They're all compatible between the several Google APIs. So you can use the same authentication for them. Examples are Google Plus API, Freebase, and many others you can get from the console. And actually the console is the place to go to start with. This is the place where you go to get your developer key and to start experimenting with the API. So one thing to remember is that the API is experimental, so not stable yet. Could change slightly the interface. We think it's in a very good shape, but it could, depending on the feedback we get from the community, we might change it a bit, right? And it's not complete, so the team is working like crazy to add features and to complete the used things that we had in V2, right? So we want really this API to be as powerful as possible to enable new generation of applications that integrate with the video, online video world. So I added here some resources. So for third-party apps, it's always interesting to see the terms of service, what you can do, what is considered okay, what is not, how you can monetize your application using YouTube. The branding guide giving you all the icons that you can use. And here is some resources for the information support. So this is a very, very good starting page, developers. So this is a website maintained by our DevRel team. And you can find most of the pointers there. Here's a very cool video from WeVideo, like how you can get started quickly. This is our blog that we maintain. So between me, the engineering team, and the DevRels. This is the forum. This is the getting started in the documentation. So when we push the new API next week or in a couple, we are going to be able to go there and read everything. Actually, I think it's already public documentation. And some Twitter contacts if you are interested to know more. So the YouTube, Twitter, Google Plus contacts. So the YouTube Dev, they are. It is our DevRel team. And another thing is we just recently migrated our support to Stack Overflow. Here's an article that describes all the details and how you can submit bugs and reports to us, and we actually look at that. So that's it. So, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so one of the main features I've been using of the old YouTube APIs is access to the comments. And I have been following the development of the V3 a little bit, and I haven't seen it in the discovery documents, access to comments for videos yet. Is it there, or did I just miss something, or is it one of the features that's still coming?
It's not there yet.
Okay, so yeah.
Comments are not there.
But it will come, probably.
It will come in some form, yeah. So, something else? Yeah, I didn't include all the new features that we have. So another interesting new feature that is going to come is the ability to. So YouTube is moving toward. I don't know if you use YouTube lately. It is moving toward this channel-based approach, right, where you can basically follow, kind of subscribe to channels, and then have your channel guide, like your TV guide, that your personalized one, because you choose some channels that upload, that have videos that are interesting for you, right? So you can subscribe to them, like maintain your list of channels, and then you can go into them, browse, and you can see all the activity done by these channels in like social media sense. And one of the things that we are going to enable is the ability to post a message to your subscribers' feeds. So this is the post API that we're going to be giving out. Another thing is like subscribers. The guide browser API can allow you to browse the channel categories, like the channel, give me all the channels for soccer, or all the channels for music, or all the channels about 20 high-level categories. And then you can see all the channels and for categories, see the categories, subscribe to see the channels, and things like this. It's another feature. And then, yeah, so next for us is launch this and then go and fill the gaps with all the APIs as soon as possible, so that we enable developers to build completely on top of the new API.
So you said in the following weeks we don't have to use this, because at the moment when it comes, it says you have to sign up for the review, but
Yes.
this will be open.
Exactly. So we are still discussing that. We are still testing, and we want some degree of guaranteed stability before release. So when we pass all the tests that we have, and we are happy about the stability, then we can release it to everybody without the need to sign up, right?
So do you have any plans on how the quota limit will be for how many requests you plan to accept?
We are going to start by seeing what is what are the requests that we receive, and then we can go from there. So we are going to open up relatively conservatively, just to make sure that the new infrastructure scales correctly, and then we can open up quotas. We think it's good for the community, right? We don't want people, for every reasonable app to come to us and ask for more quotas. So that should be as part of the default quotas, right?
The analytics part of the API, what features can I look at?
You can read everything in the docs. It's public already, so it's completely open, and you can get a lot of information about your videos, so views and a lot of other things, like very precise reports. I don't know if you're familiar with the UI, analytics UI on YouTube. where our creator can go and then analyze
Yeah.
the success of the video. We offer most of that to the API.
I can ask what's the average time of the video when people close the video?
I don't know the exact details. That's the API was like the interface was designed by us, but the actual implementation was done by the analytics team, right? So you can go into documentation, see that, but I think you can really do almost everything. That was a long-lasting request. Basically, we had a lot of people scraping the UI to get this information, so we decided to give a proper API for this.
So then to write YouTube viewing at the other application, and my question was
Which application?
viewing application with an enhanced ability to jump to the most interesting parts of the video. So you told that you're analyzing the video to derive metadata which is really shown in the video. Let's say someone makes a 1 hour video where part of the video is showing the, let's say, Eiffel Tower. You identify it as an Eiffel Tower in that video. And so you can find a video even if it's not in the description there's an Eiffel Tower, you will find a video, right? Do you provide also the time duration when it starts to show the Eiffel Tower and how long? So that I can, for example, mark it in the time scale to do a time seek for exactly this position. Let's say it's a 1 hour video from Paris. I just want to see the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, we don't have that, right? But it's a good suggestion.
Okay.
But that's not solved as a problem, no?
It would be some.
Yeah, no.
It would be some kind of automatic, chaptering, right? So chapter marker, but that's like far away. Current state.
Something like
It's a good research project.
That would be really cool. Google Goggles already identify the content. It works very well, I've experienced. But same thing for at least 10 second part of the video would be very, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Couple of years. Unless we, another approach would be to enable that manually, to enable people to, annotate
Okay.
videos, which we have the annotations, right?
How
Not through the API, but as part of the platform.
would I do that? To really provide.
It is interactive, so you can overlay information on top of the videos, right? Using the UI. So the creator could use that.
But you don't have access to the annotations from the API.
No.
So you can't request, say, give the annotations and then you make a front end where you have the jump points for the chapters.
No,
Okay,
this
that's what I have to assume.
this is a request that we have, right? We are considering it, so a lot of people are requesting the annotations and access to the API.
Because that would enable this kind of use case where you can just make a chapter list if the annotations are there. And you can then just jump directly to this position. It's still necessary for the creator to make the annotation, so it's not automatic. But
We could, if symbols are analyzed and metadata could be indexed per chapter.
You can do an app that does that, right? You can do an app and then store the
yeah, you have to store the annotations externally.
store it externally. Yes, it's part of your data, right? Perhaps.
You can make it as a hackathon.
Today's
Yeah, it's actually relatively easy, right?
okay. We can dig into it.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.